If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
And welcome to the Hampton Roads Show. We're glad you're here on this Wednesday morning. This week's postcard from Hampton Roads is a little bit of a Civil War history lesson from one of this area's best teachers. And we're helping military veterans if they are looking for a job outside of the military and know they need higher education. Our Cheryl Tan will join us with a look at some of the programs ready to assist our veterans.
And in the kitchen today, Chef Troy Camacho from the Culinary Institute of Virginia will show us how to make a quick and easy Fiesta crab parfait. Joined by Jim Benson from Benson Homes with the scoop on some of the kitchen trends you can check out at the Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show this weekend.
I remember when we debuted this set before you came to the Hampton Roads Show, a lot of our Facebook posts said, I want that kitchen. I want that kitchen. I love those colors.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
I mean, not just nice, it's really nice.
I went home to my husband and said, I want that kitchen. And, you know.
Did you get it?
Sort of. A version. Yeah,
you
actually.
Got a version?
We did. We took a lot of, we did a remodel and kind of were inspired. We put the, you know, the island with the stove in it and all that people can kind of hang out and socialize. But if you feel so inspired, we're going to tell you a little bit more about how you might be able to get the same kind of thing going in your home. But
and
first,
you can have it done because Jim Benson will tell you how to make it happen.
He'll tell you how to make it happen. Yep. Ariana, unfortunately, not feeling so good today, so big shout out to our friend. Hopefully she'll be able to come back tomorrow. It's kind of going around.
Yeah, it is, and I know she'd like to chime in on this subject because everyone wants to know, what is the city of Norfolk going to do with Waterside? Last night the city council met with two developers. I think they've narrowed it down to two ideas, and both of them are pretty radically a little bit different. One of them is to basically just renovate Waterside and make it a little nicer, freshen it up, give it a fresh coat of paint, not as expensive as the other alternative. The other alternative is to just tear it down and start fresh and put up a Ferris wheel with convention center. And actually, there it is. And as you can tell, that one's going to be much more expensive, right around $200 million.
They keep showing the sketch with the Ferris wheel. I want to know, are they serious about that Ferris wheel?
I think they are serious about it. I think it needs something. We're not exactly sure what it is. I don't think the city of Norfolk knows either, because I think there's a lot of pressure on this to get it right. Because they've had this venue for so long, and it really served its purpose back in the 80s, early 90s, but it has gone downhill a little bit. Not as many people are going to it, and now you know, you got to do something special to make it right. And City of Norfolk wants to know from the residents of Norfolk, what do you think we should do? Should we tear it down, start fresh, or should we just renovate?
Yeah.
It's a tough question. I think there's a lot of pressure to get it right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you say renovate, you're talking about the Cordish Group's proposal out of Baltimore to make it kind of like an Inner Harbor type thing that city has to have restaurants and entertainment. And a lot of folks will say, haven't we tried that already to make Waterside an entertainment destination? And then the Harvey Lindsay's Conference Center, 2 hotels, $200 million. Another difference there is they are going to want $50 million from the city, where the Cordish Group doesn't want money from the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the city of Norfolk has a big decision to make, whatever it is, to get it right. It seems to me like they need to start fresh and do something special. It might be to level it and make it a convention center.
And then what happens to, you know, Scope, I mean, has a kind of a dual role as a sports arena as well as a convention center too. So do we want to see competition, like people will say MacArthur Center was what happened, you know, to Granby Street? I don't know, but we want your opinions there. The city manager, Marcus Jones, is going to take a look at the proposals. He's the one ultimately who will make the recommendation, but I'm sure people will be stopping him, and it'd be hard for him to move about his day without people weighing in.
Wants to get started on it real soon, inside the year, so they have to come up with a plan first.
I hope they keep the Ferris wheel. In the sketch, it looks like they just replaced the downtown tunnel with a Ferris wheel, which makes more sense to people than
jump off the Ferris wheel to work.
All right, our second topic today is definitely on the lighter side. A little later on this morning, we're going to be talking to the folks at People Magazine. They put out a huge spring style issue. So we want to know, what is your favorite spring fashion trend, or your favorite thing about the change of the seasons? Do you like the flip-flops and not having to hassle with a coat, or the bright colors? What is it about spring fashion that gets folks excited? It is the time of year, and I won't just say women. You know, people tend to go shopping and kind of freshen up their wardrobe a little bit.
Heck, we won't even go spring fashion. Let's just say spring.
Okay. What do you like best about spring? You're going to say bunny rabbits,
well, there it is right there. I like flip-flops. I like the flip-flops right there. No, I mean, it's not so much the fashion. I do like putting on the shorts. Just bam into the shorts, easy peasy. But I also like just like to see the flowers blooming, the grass turning green and the trees pluming out. I mean, spring is a special time.
It is.
It is.
All right, so look forward to that interview with the folks from People Too coming up. If you have no clue, if you're a little bit fashion clueless, which I definitely am sometimes, I need some help.
Just like the colors?
No, yeah, I like the brighter colors. I like not hassling with a coat, you know.
We haven't needed a coat
Just
this year.
getting out in shorts and a t-shirt.
We haven't needed a coat this year.
We have. But don't you like not hassling? Well, your kids are older, so they don't fight you at every turn the way
my kids have
4- and
worn
6-year-olds
shorts
fight you
all winter to school.
Mine just hate that coat. They just hate the coat. So it's nice when the weather turns, and that's a fashion accessory you can leave behind.
Yeah.
All right, let us know what you're into this spring, and we will talk with the folks at People. You can join our conversation a couple of different ways today. You can find our Facebook page, or you can follow us on Twitter at @HR_show. And speaking of spring weather, man, we're going to see some today. Meteorologist Jeff Edmondson.
In for Jeremy Wheeler.
Is this your Hampton Roadshow debut?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Hey.
Nice
Welcome
to,
to the Hampton Roadshow.
Thank
Look
you.
at our comfy couch.
Yeah, this is actually really
Hey man,
Right.
don't screw it up. That's all I can say. Be careful.
You were talking about what you like about spring, and
Yeah.
you know, I might be a little bit against. I actually like having the jacket because of the extra pockets you have. So you walk around, like my jacket has 13 pockets on it, my winter coat. So it's nice having that extra cargo.
So in the
He's got cargo
springtime,
pants, man. Cargo pants.
Yeah, that
like
works.
a fishing vest, we'll get him a fishing vest, or just get the fanny
I
pack.
just said, what do you
know,
mean?
then
Oh,
you've got
no, I'm
your
not wearing a fanny pack.
wear it to
no.
the side. I'm gonna ask the folks at People about fanny
What do you put in all those
pack etiquette
pockets?
for Jeff.
Nothing really.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh, nothing, but he just wants to have 13 pockets.
Yeah,
it's just
gotta
nice
slow you
having the
down,
extra
man,
cargo.
some way.
You know, it's funny. Jeremy reveals very interesting tidbits about himself whenever
Right
he sits
away.
here too. And now
Pocket
look,
boy.
a little more insight into Jeff
Maybe it's
Edmondson.
to put your pencils in all the pockets, or you
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, maybe something.
Picking
yeah.
up all those
Little
pennies.
calculator.
Yeah, you know, penny saved is a penny earned. But temperatures, though, as we look ahead, though, into our forecast, should be actually really not jacket worthy. 64 degrees today, 68 degrees will be the high temperature tomorrow. So we're doing this nice little upswing in temps. Now, Friday, things start to change as some showers move into the area, and that's what's going to bring down our temperatures this weekend. Saturday and Sunday highs will be in the lower 50s, so a little bit cooler, but I am still counting on things being relatively at least dry, though, for this upcoming weekend. So for the pop quiz for today, I just came up with this one a little bit ago. Sand between your toes, it's not a boring place. It's also made out of cement, and it's 3 miles long. So something to ponder for a little while while we go through the rest of the show.
All right, I think I have an idea.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, Jeff. You can't just come in here and stump us like that.
yeah, it may be a tough one. We'll see. We'll see how it turns
All
out.
right. All right, today's winner will receive a 4-pack of tickets to the Tidewater Builders Association 2012 Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show this weekend at the Virginia Beach Convention Center. And Carrie, tell them more while I head on over to the kitchen.
All right, the convention is March 9th through the 11th. That's coming up this weekend. 4 tickets to the Home and Garden Show. You can put those in your pocket, and if you're Jeff, still have 12 pockets left for nothing. All right, Chris is in the kitchen now with Chef Troy Camacho.
All right, we're in the kitchen with Chef Troy Camacho with the Culinary Institute of Virginia and owner of Personal Chefs in a Box. He will be cooking in our Benson Homes kitchen today, but this weekend at the Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show, he will be cooking in the Benson Homes kitchen there. We'll hear more about that this weekend, but Chef, we're going to talk about what you're making this morning, and as you can tell, he's got everything laid out perfectly. All right, Troy, what are we making?
All right, we're going to make a Fiesta crab parfait, which is going to be a Pico de Gayo. We'll put that together here in just a second. Layer it with a nice thing of crab meat, some lime-coated avocado, top it with some nice little vanilla yogurt, and a little more pico to finish it off.
Is this an appetizer? Or
It's
is this
an
a dish?
appetizer, depending on who you are. It could be an appetizer, it could be an entree.
Okay. All right, Jeff, we'll get started. Troy, we'll get started in just a moment in the kitchen.
All right, very interesting sounding recipe today. All right, we are just getting started on the Hampton Roadshow for today. Coming up, we'll get the Spring Style Insider's Guide from the folks at People Style Watch. But first, transitioning from the military into civilian life isn't easy, especially when it comes to work. Cheryl Tan joins us with some resources next on this week's What's Your Problem?
Are you ready to work?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Clean, scrubbed in, ready to do this. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Troy Camacho at the Culinary Institute of Virginia and owner of Personal Chefs in a Box. He is working his culinary magic in our Benson Homes kitchen today, and he will be doing cooking demonstrations this weekend at the Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show in the Benson Homes kitchen there. Benson Homes owner Jim Benson will be along a little later on to tell us more about the booth at the show this weekend, but right now we want to get started with this dish, Fiesta Crab Parfait. Troy, sounds really good. How are we going to do this? And please put me to work.
Here we go. Well, I'm going to put you to work. First off, in front of us we got fresh ingredients. We're going to start with making a Pico de Gayo. Pico de Gayo, we're going to have some nice little ingredients here. You see everything's fresh. I've already chopped it up, make it easy for you. So I'm going to have you mix this together, but I'm going to have you do the avocado.
All right.
And this is a nice little avocado peeler. Makes it simple, and you won't cut yourself.
Okay.
So let's get you started. So cilantro.
Yep.
Tomato, go ahead and add that in there.
Yeah, just
dump it in there, make it easy for you.
Okay, good.
All right, we're going to come back with
red
peppers.
Okay.
Yep.
Bang, bang, bang.
Throw some garlic in there.
All of it?
Yes, sir.
All right. I like the fact that you got everything chopped and prepared.
Gotta make it easy, right?
It makes it real easy.
Get some spring onions over there for you there.
All right.
There we go, toss them in there.
We are talking spring this morning on the Hampton Road Show.
And let's see how spicy you want it. Here you go with your jalapeno pepper.
How do we like it? Do we like it really spicy? No?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, just a little. All right, I was ready to just dump the whole thing in there. You know that.
This is going to be pretty simple to add this together. Now what we need to do is go ahead and do the avocado. This is going to be simple.
Well, I mean, you say simple. What do we do it from this side?
Let's do it from this side.
You go.
I'll show you the first one.
Show me
ready?
first because you're the pro.
You going to take it from here? Make it slide it right through there for you.
Okay, you know, I think there's a whole bunch of ways that you could probably pull that out. Maybe with a spoon, maybe with your fingers.
But we take it.
But you got this nifty little tool here. It has your name on it, by the way.
Yeah, you know.
Troy's not stupid, man. He's got his name on every one of his knives, every one of his toys here. He knows that those things disappear, don't they? Okay, I like that. All right, you got to do two. I get to do a couple too. You can have all the fun, Troy.
You can have it.
All right, while I'm doing this, why don't we talk about your business? Because I think that's cool.
Personal Chefs in a Box.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Just private chef. We just come in. Actually, it was a client who actually gave us the name. I was going underneath Chef Troy, and then we came in with our totes and all the rest. And they came across and said, "You guys are regular chefs in a box." Looked at my sous chef and went, "There's our name."
Chefs in a Box.
That's what it is. So private dining, 2, 4, 16, you name it, we'll serve it in your house, from scratch to the cleanup. You don't have to do anything, just entertain with your friends.
Okay, and how long have you had the business, Troy?
Oh, look, about a year and a half now.
And over there at the Culinary Institute, you teach?
We
Do you work
teach
there?
casual gourmet. Now, that's a little different. I don't teach the day students, I teach the home cook.
Right.
So the home cook is actually you, everybody else up in here that doesn't have culinary background wants to learn how to cook. So we do 3-hour sessions. It's Tuesday or Thursday nights. Price range about $50 to $80 depending on what we're doing. But it's anything from Pasta 101 to soups and stews. You name it, it's there.
Troy, I'm really making a mess out of this avocado.
I'm trying to smile, too.
I mean, really. All right. Help me out here. Fix it up.
All right, here we go.
Jeez, that didn't go well.
It still tastes the same. It's all right.
Okay, if you promise.
I promise. If you could, while I'm doing this,
Yep.
squeeze the lime juice into the pico there.
Can do. Look, it got the neat little squeezer there. Okay. Keeps all the seeds out, right?
You got it. You got it. You didn't do bad there.
Okay. Lots of lime.
Lots of lime.
Put the lime in the coconut. All right.
Let's just use a spoon. We're going to flip it in there. Just fold it in. I don't want to stir it too hard. You've seen some sauces where they actually take a blender and mix it on up. I don't want that.
Right.
We want this to be really meaty. And go ahead and smell it. What we want to do is taste that, though. I got a little tasting spoon out for you already. There's right there.
Okay. Outstanding. I tell you what, we still have a long way to go. Throw ahead a couple spices, and then we're going to finish up in the next segment.
That sounds good. We'll do a little layering.
A layer with salt and pepper. Then we're going to add the crab and the
vanilla yogurt.
Vanilla yogurt. Okay. Good job,
right,
Troy.
thank you.
We'll be back in a few minutes and wrap this sucker up.
All right, Cheryl Tan joins us once again with an issue that is near and dear to my heart and a lot of folks who find themselves in the military looking to get out and find a job.
It is a big problem and a big issue. President Obama recently called for a new program to help get the job done, but the solution truly not an easy one. It calls for homework, literally homework. We have more on a solution to transitioning military veterans into the civilian working world in today's What's Your Problem?
The jobs are there.
There's unlimited, right now, jobs in high wage, high demand from multiple industries that are not able to fill this.
That's the good news. According to Dr. Bruce Brunson, Executive Director of Tidewater Community College's Center for Military and Veterans Education, the opportunities are possible for anyone with a military background or without. But Dr. Brunson says those leaving the military aren't necessarily qualified yet to tackle the new work.
We're trained at all levels to do something to be operational ready to go to war. We're not trained to be academic, taking math and English and whatever.
We're meeting inside the Veterans Affairs office at TCC's Portsmouth campus. TCC has one of these offices in each of its 3 other locations where military veterans and their families can walk in and get career and education advice.
Some of the different programs that are offered.
Many of the people who work at the center know exactly what it's like to make the transition. They were once enlisted service members themselves.
We came in, you take a test, and you qualify to do something in the military. When that happens, you really don't tune for a job to get out, whether it's in short notice or long. The Veterans Administration and the active duty are starting to work together to say that we are having so many unemployed and homeless because we're not prepping them before they go out. But the military's job is to fight wars, not necessarily to educate them.
I'm a military family. I'm a military father. My wife's a military spouse. I've also had to start someplace, so I can recognize the difficulty that can present itself to them.
Emmanuel Chestnut uses his experience to help guide veterans many times to the classroom.
They come through our doors so afraid of what can be a very daunting process called education.
Superb leaders, they follow, they understand, they're drug-free, they have all the qualities of the working person that you want in your department or in your manufacturing. The problem is they got to have that skill set.
And that means whether you like it or not, it's back to the basics.
Most community colleges prep you, they do your math, they do your English, and it is time-consuming. But then you can get into a certification program that should be embedded into an associate's degree. So when you get your certification, you are work ready.
You have an option on what kind of training you want to take.
The GI Bill, tuition assistance, military education benefits. Counselors help veterans navigate the options. Military wife Crystal is also eligible for aid.
They're a big help walking me through the program, whatever program I'm interested in, I come in and talk to. They're like advisors, so they tell me what I need to do, like point me down the road to get where I need to be.
You're not going to do all this in 2 years or 3 years, but then you have a lifelong learning process to go if you start.
We try to build a confidence and ensure that our students, we know that you can do it. They're coming in because they serve this country. We continue to serve those who have served, and we take pride in doing that.
Now, military unemployment numbers have improved recently, likely because of efforts like this, but it's important to let folks know that they are there. Those 4 TCC campuses, they've got counselors, and you can walk in free of charge, and they can help you kind of find the right path.
And I think it's such an important message when people hear that, you know, this is something you're walking through for the first time, but these counselors, they've seen it 100 times. They know what to do, so take the worry out of it and take the action.
Right, and I mean, they're kind of in the position where they went and enlisted right out of high school.
Yeah.
They may not have taken calculus. They may not have written an English paper for 101, first year freshman college. And a lot of times they're telling students they got to do that after they've left the military.
Yeah.
So.
And back then when they enlisted, they may have enlisted because they didn't think they could do college back then, you know, and still have their doubts now. But it's nice that they show them how they've grown and, you know, the different person maybe they've become through the military that makes them a better candidate now for higher ed.
Absolutely. And we've got all the details of how you can get in touch with that Center for Military and Veterans Education. That's at thehamptonroadshow.com.
All right. Thanks, Cheryl.
All right, we're going to check in with the Buzz Center this morning. We've asked you a couple of questions. One, spring is in the air and how you're feeling about spring fashion and what you're looking forward to the most. And also, the city of Norfolk has moved one step closer to a decision on Waterside on what to do. Is it to renovate Waterside or is it to just tear it down and start fresh? And of course, everyone has an opinion. And the city of Norfolk wants to know what you think. Betty Hennett says she would like to see a Ferris wheel and a live venue. It would bring more people to Hampton Roads. Joanna Thomas, we need a live venue, a seafood market, an ESPN zone, lots of casual non-chain restaurants, and an outdoor kids area. I think Inner Harbor, Baltimore, or Faneuil Hall, Boston. What is it, Carrie? Faneuil Hall, Boston. Thank you very much. This would bring people from everywhere. Also, Jamie says a live venue for sure. It'll appeal to more people and hopefully set the course to bring more interest back to the area. Mike B says, I just hope that they don't build too much more on it and block the view of the waterfront. So the city of Norfolk really wants to know what you think about Waterside. I mean, it's a neat place. It has a lot of interest and a lot of possibilities. The question is, what are they going to do with it? All right, like I said, we were talking spring. Spring is in the air, and what are you looking forward to the most? Are you looking forward to the trees changing, looking forward to the fashion, maybe getting outside, seeing a little baseball at Harbor Park? Well, this is what you're saying. Louisa Coleman, Tides baseball games, afternoon walks in the beautiful, comfortable weather, longer days, which start this weekend. Kimberly Moss, I know what Kimberly Moss is going to say, baseball with exclamation points galore. Play ball, my friends, play ball. She is a huge Baltimore Orioles fan, and I actually coach her son, Chin. So I'm looking forward to baseball as well. And if you're looking forward to flip-flops, the shorts, and maybe the colors, let us know all about it. We're going to buzz in a few minutes. So people are talking about all the neat things we can do this spring.
You know what spring also means, Chris? Sometimes
what does that mean?
Sometimes people sport a fresh new haircut.
Fresh new haircut?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not following your drift. What are you talking about?
Come with me. Follow me down this line of thinking here. We need your help. Chris is he wants to change his haircut this weekend in a drastic way. Actually, a couple weeks from now, Chris has offered to give up his locks, all to benefit the St. Baldrick's Foundation. We need your help to make that happen. You can log on to makechrisbald.com. Chris says if we raise $25,000, he will shave his head in support of pediatric cancers and research with the St. Baldrick's Foundation. So it's all part of the Shave to Raise event. So makechrisbald.com is where you can go to support that very worthy cause. All right, and still ahead on the Hampton Roadshow, we're talking with the folks at Bayport Credit Union about why they want to help make Chris bald for St. Patrick's Day too. Don't forget about our pop quiz. Today's winner gets a 4-pack of tickets to the Tidewater Builders Association 2012 Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show. It's this weekend at the Virginia Beach Convention Center. Just log on to thehamptonroadshow.com. Click that pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. Good luck.
Come on now. All right, so by now you know that I have accepted a pretty big challenge from the folks at St. Baldrick's, raised $25,000 and now shave my head. Since the folks at Bayport Credit Union feel strongly about community involvement and supporting causes like St. Baldrick's, they're joining forces to help us get to that goal, and this is Rita Earnhardt, Bayport's Community Involvement Coordinator, with more. Okay, let's just skip that and talk about personal finance, taxes. Let's talk about everything you need to do about your credit and the most important things in life. Rita, let's talk about Bayport.
Well, as you know, we do have a lot of great products and services,
Yes,
and we're all about helping our members, but we're equally involved in helping the community. We're so committed that we have a corporate sponsorship side, and then we also have each branch has funds that they help their immediate community. So when we heard that you had a project,
Right.
we knew we had to join forces, because doesn't everyone want to see you bald?
You know, I'm not so sure about that.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I think it would be nice.
You know, the people at Bayport are really gracious and supportive of everything in the community, and this is just one example of that. You guys, whenever there's a need, you guys jump right in. Why is that so important to Bayport?
Well, the philosophy of credit unions is people helping people, and they don't just stop it with their financial products. they take it out into the community because we are a part of the community. And so when we heard that you had thrown this challenge out, we thought, well, we'll come alongside of you and we will challenge all the businesses, small or large, other charities, because what better way to get their name out there is to join forces with a different charities cause. And then all of your viewers. And you were asking for $5,000 to have a shave. So we thought, well, $5,000 is a lot.
Yes.
But let's make it a little bit more realistic and say $1,000, and they get to take a snip.
Oh, so you're challenging other businesses out there or anybody.
Everyone out there.
Just throw a little extra in there and then you get to join in on the fun.
Schools can come together. You can get other clubs, the Lions Club to do this, Royaltons to do this. You know, we'll throw it out there and say, come on, join this cause. So to start it, Bayport would like to give the first $1,000.
How about that?
To help you with that.
Rita, this is very kind. You know, St. Baldrick's came in, some people, they challenged last week, and they told the story about St. Baldrick's, and it's for children with pediatric cancer. And, you know, I've thought so much about how lucky I am in my life with 2 healthy kids and a healthy family, and then they talked about the kids who are suffering hardships, and when they said, Chris, would you be willing? I was like, there's no way I could say no.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a great philosophy from Bayport to jump right in as well to help out in the community. That's really awesome. And it's a great start.
But.
There's a but.
There's always a but.
What's that, Rita?
I want people to know that $1,000 is worth a lot. And so we brought Bayport, because we do everything really big. So if you come out with $1,000, you get to take a really large snip.
You know, you're scaring me now, Rita. I didn't think that's the way it's going to go with that. I mean, there's really not that much you don't really need that big a scissor.
No, but it represents $1,000. So, you know, let people know that it's really a big deal to raise $1,000. So if school children start to raise, they've got what, a week and a half? It's the 16th that we're going to be shaving your head?
Yeah, next Friday. Yeah, next Friday. And are you going to be here for that?
Hey.
She's going to get a piece of the action, I can tell. All right, Rita, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. People helping people. Stop by any of the 14 Bayport credit unions locations across Hampton Roads or log on to bayportcu.org. You know, Rita, with that type of philosophy, why would anyone shop for their financial needs anywhere else?
I don't know. I do all mine there, all my friends, and then we're going to get you there, right?
Okay, so you've talked to other people at Bayport, and they're on board with this?
Absolutely.
And it's all because they want to see me bald?
That is a driving motivation.
And help the children.
Help the children.
Help the children.
Absolutely.
All right, Rita Earnhardt, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. $1,000. There it is. The challenge is here. So jump right in. And if you want to see me bald, something tells me it's going to happen real soon.
I think Lori Clayton wants her scissors back. All right, good luck with that. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to freshen up your style for the new season. Lee Bells is the deputy editor for People Style Watch. She joins us now from New York City with all the details and the latest trends straight from the spring issue of People, which is huge, by the way. I got a chance to flip through it a couple of days ago. And the Style Watch is saying some pretty amazing things for spring. Is neon really coming back?
It's back, Carrie. It's back. But it's back in small doses if you don't want to go all the way.
Okay.
The great thing about neon is that you could really wear it at whatever levels you feel comfortable with. Like, I feel comfortable with this little belt. Some people feel comfortable with head to toe. It's all about what feels right to you.
It kind of reminds me of when, you know, animal print was in style and you could do the same thing. You know what I mean? You could go like full-on cheetah, or you could just get, you know, like a little zebra belt or something going on.
Right.
All right. So neon is
back. Let me show you a couple.
Neon is
back.
Let me show you some
great products that fit that.
Go ahead, Lee.
Some great products we have that fit the neon trend that, again, allow you to kind of customize how much you want to embrace neon. We have this great bag from Sonda Roberts. It's $98, and what's great about it is it's this kind of jelly material. It's rubberized, it's structured, and you can wear it crossbody. And so what you can do is you can wear it with all black and have this bag, and you're still kind of embracing the neon trend. You don't have to go all bright all the time. And these accessories like this and these Anzo Angiolini shoes, which are my personal favorites on this table, $110. Again, it's neutral colors with little pops of neon. It's kind of, you can really customize it to how you want it.
I read, Lee, too, that leather is going to be very popular, too, and I'm noticing that jacket.
Yes, this is a great moto jacket from Armani Exchange. It's $118, and what it makes it kind of fresh for spring is the fact that it's white. It's light and it's bright. Leather is just always a trend. It's something that never really goes away, but for spring it's all about keeping the colors light. We're seeing a lot of pastel denim and bright color denim, and this white coat is something that's great. You can wear in a lot of different situations. It's very trendy with lots of different zippers, and it has great structure, but you could also throw it over a dress and it looks perfect.
You already started to talk about purses a little bit, but tell me about this day clutch, because you know the clutch bag, it really is something that you think about for evening wear. So how will it transition into daytime or casual for spring?
Well, the thing that makes a day clutch different really is size. It's the first thing that you're going to notice is these two day clutches we have here. They're a little bit bigger than the traditional clutch, which normally is something that kind of just fits in your hand. It's just for special occasions. These clutches are for all the time, everyday wear. This great one from BCBG Generation is $88 at Lord & Taylor. And the color's great because it kind of embraces the color trend, but not too much. It's kind of a neutral yellow. And inside it's got two pockets as well as a zipper pocket and a phone pocket, so you really can carry all of your things in it and use it, bring it to work, and then take it out afterwards.
All right, we're almost out of time. Anything else that people should really keep their eye out for this spring?
I think something that you'll see on a lot of the shoes here in terms of just general trends is ankle straps. That's something that we're seeing a lot of, and it's these super high strappy heels, which have always kind of been a trend, but also taking it to the next level with this added ankle strap. It makes them look a little bit more dainty, it breaks up your leg, and it really, especially when you're wearing a short dress or shorts, it really draws attention to your legs. So I think ankle strap heels are definitely the last big trend.
All right, Lee Bells, thanks so much. That huge issue, the People Style issue for spring, is on newsstands now. Thanks, Lee.
Thank you, Carrie.
All right, still ahead on the Hampton Roads Show. This week's Postcards from Hampton Roads. Carrie gets a Civil War history lesson from one of the area's best teachers. But first, we'll check in with Troy Camacho and Jim Benson in the kitchen to finish up that tasty Fiesta Crab Parfait and get the scoop on how you can check out a Benson Homes kitchen at the Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show this weekend. It doesn't get much fresher than this. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Troy Camacho with the Culinary Institute of Virginia and owner of Personal Chefs in a Box. We're finishing up the Fiesta Crab Parfait. Troy, what have you been doing since we left? And let's wrap this thing up.
Certainly, we'll get everything just prepped for you. What we're going to do actually layer here. So we actually got our pico ready to go. I'm actually let you layer the first one. If you don't mind. This just put some in the bottom of that.
Okay, some.
Just, hey, that looks good to me right there.
Okay.
Come back a little.
What's she laughing at? She's like, just do that, and she's laughing. Okay.
We're going to put our little crab on that.
Okay.
This is yours. I know you want a little more in there, right?
There you go. You know me, Troy.
You got it. Look at that. This is your avocado that you cut up there.
All right.
Just put some of that on there.
My avocado.
Absolutely.
Best avocado you've ever tasted.
That's it.
There you go. How's that?
Yeah, that's good. A little vanilla yogurt on top of that.
Is this the finishing part right here?
This is actually nice part for you.
Okay, how's that?
That's good.
Okay.
And we just top it off with a little more pico.
Oh, wow. All right, hey, whoa. Troy.
That's it
That's
right
the way
there.
I like it. That looks awesome, man. Just layered up.
Layered up.
I guess that's the whole idea behind a parfait.
Absolutely. And this is really nice. You saw what we made. Everything's fresh. Everything will be succulent. The actual tomatoes were just skinned off, so you won't get that crunch. It'll just be really meaty to go with your crab.
Okay. Troy, awesome job here. Now it's time to bring in Jim Benson. He will be at the Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show with a Benson Homes kitchen. Jim, come on in here. Okay. Let's talk about the Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show and your involvement. You've got an actual full-size working kitchen out there.
We do. And we'll be having chefs from the Culinary Institute, including Troy, who will be out there all day Saturday. We'll have 4 cooking demonstrations a day.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Correct.
And this is seems like a big undertaking to put a full working kitchen out there. How difficult was that?
Well, all of the team that we use to do our projects in the homes are coming together to put this kitchen out at the show. And we just figured it'd be a lot of fun, and it'd be an opportunity for us to have people come, meet the builder, ask questions, bring questions about your projects. I'd love to meet you and talk to you. And then people love to see the cooking segment on the show.
Right.
But they're not able to be here in person. At the Home and Garden Show, you'll be able to interact with Troy and the other chefs and just have that experience of seeing everything done from start to finish.
I know there's going to be a lot of people who are really interested in that. When they come out there, what do you want to see from them? I know they're going to have a lot of questions for you. Do you want them to bring pictures? They want to have plans and what they want, maybe might want to do with their remodeling project?
Well, anybody that's interested in a remodeling project or just would like to come talk to me about issues they have in their home, I'd love to meet you in person out at the show. And I think just bring pictures or whatever you want to have kind of that dialogue.
So I'm sure this takes quite a while to throw together a kitchen like that. How long have you been working on it?
Well, we were able to get into the convention center yesterday morning to start. We were there late in the evening, and we have the base done today. This morning we'll be starting laying the hardwood floors and painting, and
3 days.
Tomorrow morning we'll have the cabinets and countertops and everything installed, and we'll be ready to go Friday morning.
So you guys worked that fast?
Yeah.
You put together a kitchen in 3 days. Just imagine, I mean, I know what you can do in somebody's home. You turn them over so quickly.
Yeah. It's a little harder in the home, but it's you'll have a great experience. And in the home we have a schedule to get it done quickly.
Okay, but you don't sacrifice any of the quality. I know this is a really big event for you guys.
Yeah.
And Troy's going to be out there as well.
Absolutely.
And anybody, I'm sure there's going to be a nice little audience area set up, and everything's set up just perfect, right?
Yeah, TBA has set it up as a destination point where you can come be involved in the cooking demonstrations. There is a seating area. We have painted the booth the Pantone color of the year 2012, which is a tangerine tango, so I think you'll be able to find us. Yeah.
Is that the hot color for the spring?
Well, it's the hot color for Pantone colors, and you can do a little research to see what that means.
Okay, all right. Jim Benson, Mid-Atlantic Home and Garden Show this weekend, March 9th through the 11th, Virginia Beach Convention Center, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday. Ariane will be there Friday doing a meet and greet. You can find out more at www.midatlantichomeshow.com. Jim Benson and Troy Camacho. We're going to taste that in just a few minutes, and it looks wonderful.
All right, still to come on the Hampton Roadshow, they were forced to serve their masters as slaves, but volunteered to fight for freedom as soldiers. Coming up in today's postcard from Hampton Roads, one place where Afro-Union soldiers get the recognition they deserve.
Welcome back to the Hampton Roads Show as we prepare our taste buds for Troy's crab parfait.
I'm very curious about that.
Aren't
All
you?
those layers, yes, yogurt, crab, pico, avocado.
I think it's going to leave a lasting impression on you.
Well, I think you're right. But you like the pico, right?
I do, and it's a perfect dish. Whoa, 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 easy there, partner. You mentioned crab, and what happens?
Right, he starts edging in.
Pete wants a little part of the action. So the crab parfait seems like a perfect spring fare.
It does. It's very colorful. We are talking about springtime, and what is it that you look forward to most about spring? Of course, I had the comments about Waterside ready, Chris, so give me a second.
No, we can go Waterside.
No,
we can go Waterside.
It's okay, look.
See, no, we have to go Waterside.
Oh, boy, all right.
So we're asking you what should be done. 2 proposals were put on the table last night to the Norfolk City Council, and they want to know what the public thinks.
All right, Dennis says, glad to see a lot of references to Baltimore's Inner Harbor because that's exactly what Waterside should be modeled after. Keep in mind, you also have to look at transportation. Baltimore has a great mix of multimodal transportation to get people in, out, and around. Having that is critical to Waterside's success. I think, you know how they're going to build that big train station at Harbor Park?
Yes.
Make Waterside the big train hub, like a Union Station in Washington, D.C., where the light rail and the
so you want them to
regular speed
just
train
change the rail line and just move it straight over to Harbor. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to be
Does
difficult.
that make me high maintenance?
No.
Maybe. I'm just saying. That would be cool if it were like Union
You said
Station.
it with conviction, though. I like that.
I know. Okay, Nataki says, I think a mix of live entertainment and eateries may be model it after Baltimore's Inner Harbor, again with the Inner Harbor, and the Cordish Company.
Yes.
built the Inner Harbor in Baltimore.
Let's go Spring.
This is no coincidence, okay?
Let's go Spring.
Or
Let's go Spring.
Myrtle Beach Broadway at the beach. I don't know what that is.
Medieval
Ever
times.
been to Myrtle Beach?
I have been to Myrtle Beach. I enjoy it. It's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right. Okay, so we're getting the wrap for spring, but we'll talk about that next time in the bus. People looking forward to just lightening up all around with the fashion, the haircuts.
Yeah.
Things like that.
We have plenty of time to talk about spring.
All right.
All right, right now, how about this? Slavery was the issue that divided this nation and brought on the Civil War.
But the hope of a united states is what inspired newly freed Africans to take up arms, and the sacrifices of those first colored troops, as they were designated, are honored at the Unknown and Known Afro-Union Civil War Soldiers Memorial in Chesapeake. Here's this week's postcard from Hampton Roads. Well, Hampton Roads is loaded with Civil War history and plenty of places where those who fought and died are buried. But this cemetery in Chesapeake is truly unique, as it is the only one in the nation that specifically honors the Afro-Union troops that fought in the Civil War. I want to introduce Dr. E. Curtis Alexander. You're a local historian and an expert, and have studied extensively the plight of the Afro-Union troops and have fought so hard to keep their memories alive. Tell me about this place.
Well, this particular location is the Unknown and Known Afro-Union Civil War Soldiers Memorial. We started this in 2005, along with the help of Sheriff John Newhart, WAVY Chapters 4, 41, 26, and 27, with the flagpole. The first one erected, and it flies three flags. It flies the national standard 50-star flag. It flies the composite national standard flag authorized by Major General Benjamin Franklin Butler on October 11, 1864, that salutes the soldiers who fought at Wilson's Wharf, Chapin Farms, Newmarket Heights, Suffolk, and Petersburg. But the actual cemetery itself began in 1872.
Now, you said that flag was authorized in 1864. Why did it take so long for these men to get the credit they deserve?
It's simple, just like everything else. You choose the parts of history you want to include. We felt it was our obligation to reflect the history of men who made the reunification of America possible on April 9th, 1865.
And at the time, this was a country that didn't even recognize them as citizens.
That's correct. Actually, we didn't get citizenship, the African, until the passage of the 14th Amendment in 1868. What we have to understand is that the African volunteered to fight. They were not conscripts. They were not forced to fight for their own freedom.
So they fought for the hope they had that things would be different in the future.
There was always hope after 249 years of involuntary servitude. Over 3,000 Africans were freed. These were Afro-Union troops, the first in the history of the Civil War, right here in Chesapeake. We are surrounded by Civil War history in the making of America from 1863 to 1865, and that has to be talked about, has to become a part of what students study in relation to what we have right here in our hometown.
So this is a beautiful and peaceful place that people can visit anytime, but when is the next special event here?
On May 28th, commonly called Memorial Day. We call it here Founders Day to celebrate the May 22nd, 1863 event when President Abraham Lincoln authorized the formation of the Bureau of Colored Troops. The African en masse volunteered to fight to save the United States of America and to defeat slavery.
So mark your calendar then for May 28th. Come on out, be part of one of the very special ceremonies here, and tell them the Hampton Roadshow sent you. You know, we could spend the whole hour talking about that place, and Dr. Alexander founded the Bells Mill Historical Research and Restoration Foundation. He is a descendant of March Corprew. So when you're like, if you're new to the area and you notice Corprew Road and these other places that have names, I mean, the history is is right here in the area. So it's a family cemetery to him personally and many others in the area, but a state treasure and a national treasure too for what it symbolizes.
Yeah, something to really check out. That's a lot of history just right in the thick of it. But but for the trivia question, though, we've been kind of thinking about it for today. What is it? Stand between your toes. Not a boring place. Made out of cement. And it's 3 miles long, even a little bit longer than that, if you want to be technicality on that. But for the answer,
you know, 3 miles long, I was like, the boardwalk's much longer than that.
It says about around 3 miles.
It can feel like 100 when it's the last couple miles of the marathon. Feels like it's 1,000 miles long, but anyway, yeah, it is the boardwalk along Virginia Beach.
All right, nice job with that. You didn't stump us. You got to do better next time. All right, today's winner will receive a 4-pack of tickets to the Home and Garden Builders Association Home and Garden show this weekend at the Virginia Beach Convention Center.
All right, we're just talking about that. Also, another special announcement to make. Lots of folks have been entering all last month. We told you about the American Idol Popcorn Trivia Contest, and we finally have our winner this morning. Imagine the parties at Sharon Hearn's house in Newport. Popped up popcorn for all her friends with her very own American Idol fresh popcorn popper from this totally awesome American Idol popcorn machine. Congratulations, thanks to everybody who entered. Hey, American Idol fans, make sure you watch tomorrow. We're announcing a brand new contest.
All right, outstanding job today by Troy Camacho. Go see Troy and Jim Benson this weekend at the Home and Garden Show down in Virginia Beach. They're going to show you everything you need to know.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow with another show. Everything you saw today will be online at the HamptonRoadShow.com.
Outstanding.